All right, finally, let's get started. Um, on Tuesday, we got started with Anaconda Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so Jupyter Notebook is a platform from which we can build Python code as well as intersperse the code with text, which explains what you're doing or some documentation, things like that, which is what you see exactly here. And by the way, Python, the base Python and all the libraries that come with Python, okay, you can run Python from several different platforms. There is something called IPython, and then there is real Python, and so on. Now, the Anaconda Jupyter Notebook is one such platform. Okay, so there are other alternatives out there. Okay, but I feel the Anaconda Jupyter Notebook is really versatile, and it's very popular as well. So that's the reason why I've selected this platform to run Python. So this is like a workbench where you put code, and remember, there are cells, and the cells can be markdown cells or code cells. Code cells are the cells where you write actual Python code, and you can have just a couple of lines of code, or you can have a really long stretch of code. So it doesn't matter how many lines of code that you have in the code cell. And then you have markdown cell. Markdown cell is like a notepad or a Word document. Of course, you're not going to have all the formatting capabilities of a regular word processing software, but it has some tags, if you will, called like HTML tags that we can use for formatting text. So which is what we're going to do starting today. And remember, there are many keyboard shortcuts that are available, of which there are a couple of groups which are important. Escape M. Okay, remember, when you create a new cell, the default will be that it's a code cell. Okay, you write code in it. Now, to switch back to Markdown, you do escape M, right? Then if it is a Markdown and you want to switch back to code, do escape Y. So those are the two keyboard shortcuts you'll use very often. And then to run either Markdown cell or code cell. If it is a Markdown cell, running the cell will simply render the text using the formatting codes. Okay, if it is highlight, you highlight. If it is like bolding or italics, so those formatting will be applied, and the cell will run, and it will give you the output. If it is a code cell, then it will run the Python code and give you the output of that code. Okay? And we have three different ways of running, and you have Control Enter, Shift Enter, and Alt Enter. Okay? Control Enter will keep you in the same cell. Alt Enter. Okay, so here, current cell, Shift Enter will run the current cell, and then it will select the next cell below. Okay, and then Alt Enter will run the current cell and insert a blank cell right below it. Okay, so those are the three things that the three ways of running code that you'll use again and again and again. All right. Okay. And now today we'll start with folder path. Remember your original, when you run your Jupyter Notebook, it will open this window at the root folder. Okay. The root folder is typically will be documents. You can change that And I have a little instruction set to change that, but usually you don't want to change it, you just keep it. So it's going to open in documents. Okay, so that's where I was, right? So if you click these icons, you can go back and forth through the path. So right now, well, actually the root folder is the My Computer folder. Sorry, I misspoke. The root folder is that this PC. Okay, so those are the links that you see here, and documents is one of them. So if you click documents, it'll take you into that, and I have 3860 as another folder, and then I already have this file saved, so I open that. So now we are at that folder path. Okay, so if you do pwd, okay, so this is a code cell. Okay, now if I run this, one second, yeah. So if you do Control Enter, okay, it'll give you the path that you are in. Yeah. Okay. So you start with Anaconda Navigator. Okay? And are you there? And that will take you to this screen. Okay, and then look for Jupyter and click Launch. Got it? And then, of course, you need to have downloaded the file from Canvas. Okay. So here is the file. Okay, so that's the one that you need to download and open. Okay, and when you open that, you see this. Okay, and here are the stuff that I've already gone over. Okay, and we are here at folder path, and folder path pwd is present working directory, I think. Present working directory, that's what pwd stands for, I think. When you run that, it will tell you where exactly you are in terms of the folder path. Okay, so that's where I am, but you're going to see with your ID and wherever you are. Okay, you can change the directory. Okay, if you do cd, that will take you back to the root. So it's taking me back to root. So now if I do, so after doing cd, now if I do pwd, you will see that the current folder is this. Current folder is not that anymore. Okay, wherever you are, that's where pwd will give you the path of that current folder where you are, where the control is. Okay, and you can also, if you have a particular folder path, okay, you can do cd of that folder path and it will go there. Your control will go to that path. Okay, so the system can, okay, so this is not, this is for my home computer, so this path doesn't work. So what I'm trying to do is to do a path to this folder. Okay, so now that folder is G my drive. So if I copy that and paste it here. I hope it will work. Yeah, there you go. So CD, and then I give a path, and if it is a valid path, it's going to, the control is going to go there. Okay, and you can check that again with a PWD. If you do PWD, so now it tells me where my control is, where the default folder is. Okay, so PWD and CD, and you can do CD dot dot will take you back one step in the path. If you do CD dot dot, okay, from the right hand side extreme, so it will go back one step at a time. Okay, so now let's do this. So this is how we will have our lecture. That is, I'll introduce a concept, and then I have a question here for you to do. Okay, now go ahead and create a new folder. Well, first do a PWD, then see where you are. Go ahead, do a PWD. Yes. You're doing. You're in. This is Acrobat. You're not in the right place.
I clicked on the link right here, and when I download it, it just takes me to this.
No, you need to download using that, and then make sure that make sure where you are, where it is saved, and then you navigate to that. Okay. Now open. Show folder. Show folder. It will tell you where it is. So that's where it is in download. So now you need to navigate from here. So from here, if it is in download, then you go to download and open it from there. Okay? So when you do a PWD here, what do you get? Anybody? What is the? If I do PWD, of course, I'm going to get wherever. It's going to tell me where exactly I am right now. Okay. Now create a new folder in the Documents folder. So go. If you have File Manager open. Okay, do you have File Manager open? Is it okay? Now go ahead and create. So you go to Documents. Do you know how to create a new folder within a folder? Yes or no? How do you create a folder? How do you create a folder? See that? Right click, new folder. Okay. Click create a new folder and give it a name. You can, if you press F2, select the folder and then press F2. That will let you rename it. Say new 3860, maybe. Okay. Now, I want you to navigate, change the default path to this new folder. Okay. So now, if I do Control Enter now, that's going to run PWD and then create a new empty cell, right? Okay. So now I need to do a CD, okay, so that I am navigated to that folder. Okay. So what do I need to do here after CD? Now if so here is the documents. So now I have up to there, and the reason why we have two you don't really need to put two of those, I think. All right. So now when I use this path, okay, from the file manager, okay, C users, my user ID, and then the documents. So that's going to bring us here, and then I need to include new 3860. So I can just simply put that at the end. Okay. So now you see that I have set up the default folder to this new path. Okay. Now if I do a plus, okay, that's another way of inserting a blank cell. Okay, so now if I do a PWD, I can check to see whether that's where I am right now, which is where I am right now. Okay. So if you want to change folder to a different folder, okay, this is not something that you would do very often, but sometimes may be necessary, so then you do it this way.